Do you have days where you feel overwhelmed? I know I do. Today, I will share with you 10 different actions that you can take right now to help you get back into that positive mindset. All of them are something that I have tried, so I know that they work. Hi, my name is Marta and welcome to Imperfect Life Balance. On my channel, we talk about topics related to finding that life balance that you desire. We talked about productivity, time management, personal development, and different techniques to become more efficient and effective so you can spend more time doing things that you actually enjoy. So let's get started with today's topic, which is what to do when you feel overwhelmed. I am a person who likes to plan. I am the person who likes to be prepared. I don't know about you, but despite all my planning and preparations, there are some days that just go wrong. And I get this feeling of being overwhelmed. And it's simply because there are just some things you cannot plan for. Life happens and we just have to deal with it. So today I want to share with you those 10 actions that you can take when you find yourself in that situation. You get to choose the one that mostly speaks to you and that is mostly applicable to a given situation that you are having. Action number 1 is to get some fresh air. If you are in a position where you can just get out of your house or get out of your office, and even if it's for 5 to 10 minutes, take that mental break outside and get some fresh air. There is just something about fresh air that is really helping me to get back into that mindset that I need to be at. Go for a quick walk outside. Go for a walk around your neighborhood. If you're in an office, take a walk around your building. If you work from home, go outside in your backyard and just sit there for a few minutes. Just do whatever you can to get some fresh air. Just stepping outside for a few minutes can have healing powers on your mind. It's gonna give your mind that mental break and help you get a fresh perspective. The second action that you can take that is kind of related to the first one is to basically step away from what you are doing. So if you are working on a specific task that is making you feel overwhelmed, do something else. Anything else, whether it's a different project at work, whether it's a different activity at home, just take a break from what you are doing. Because oftentimes we are just so focused on this one activity and either we are stuck, we don't know what to do next. And that is because we need to simply step away and allow our mind to have a break. This is a great option for when you are feeling overwhelmed with a particular situation or a task or an activity. Sometimes all we need for our brain is to be preoccupied with something else. I know that in the past when I got aggravated and overwhelmed because I could not find a solution to a problem, I could not determine what next steps I needed to take on a particular project. And when I take a break from that activity and come back, I find it so refreshing, and then my brain starts to be more creative and I come up with a solution to my problem really quickly. Action number 3 that you can take is to brainstorm possible solutions. So this is for those situations where you are facing a problem or a situation and you are feeling overwhelmed because you are not sure how to respond to it. So with brainstorming, you basically take out a piece of paper and write down anything that comes to your mind. You don't spend any time deciding whether or not that idea that you have of a possible solution is actually feasible or not. You just write down anything that comes to your mind. Basically do a brain dump of all the ideas that you have to resolve a problem. This will get your creativity flowing. You're gonna come up with a lot of ideas. And when you are done, that's when you're gonna sit down and figure out which one actually speaks most to you and which one is the feasible solution to your problem. Action number 4 is to write a to-do list. This is great for situations where you know you have a deadline approaching and you're feeling overwhelmed because you are not sure how you're gonna finish something within that deadline. This could be a project at work, this could be a birthday party you are planning. This is also great for situations where you just find yourself to have a lot of things on your plate. And the best way to approach it is to write a to-do list. So you have this plan of action, how to get out of that situation and get everything done. Action number 5 is to call a friend. Sometimes when we are feeling overwhelmed, all we need is to have a conversation with someone who will listen to what we have to say, who will be that sounding board, someone who is going to let us vent and reassure us that everything is going to be okay. I know I have been in those situations before when I was feeling overwhelmed with the problem I was having, and just the ability of explaining the problem to someone else helped me figure out the solution as I was talking about it, and made me feel better about the situation that I am facing. So talk to your friend, talk to your spouse, or maybe your coworker, someone who will understand where you are coming from and someone who is a good listener. Action number 6 is to declutter your space. Now, this might seem like a very weird action to take. However, I do have a point, I promise. There were times when I felt overwhelmed, both at work and at home, and what has helped me get back into that positive mindset was decluttering the space around me. So at work, it could be something like decluttering my desk or decluttering my inbox. Or at home, it might be just getting my house back into order after a long day. And I have talked about this before, but decluttering the physical space around us helps us declutter our mind as well. And it helps us be more creative. And when we are more creative, we quickly find solutions to the problems that we are facing and are feeling much less overwhelmed. Action number 7 is to decide on your priority. So when you find yourself in a situation where you feel like you have so many things on your plate that you cannot even start with the creation of to-do lists that I mentioned a few minutes ago because you don't even know where to start. This is the time when you really need to decide what is your priority in a given moment. What is the most important thing that you need to finish today? What is the top thing that you need to accomplish? And go from there. That is what you need to start. That is what you need to concentrate. Sure, that means something else is not gonna get done. But if you don't choose the priority, you're gonna end up spending a whole day feeling overwhelmed and not getting anything done. Action number 8 is to delegate and eliminate. And that goes as a follow-on to setting your priorities. If you have constantly too many things on your plate, that means you have too many things on your plate. And you need to delegate whatever you can delegate, whether it's at work or at home, or decide what you need to eliminate for you not to feel overwhelmed all the time. Action number 9 is self-care. Whenever we are feeling overwhelmed with life, with a particular situation, it really will help out a lot if you can do some form of self-care. Whatever that self-care is for you, whether it is to read a book, whether it is to go for a run, get a massage, get your nails done, whatever makes you feel happy, whatever makes you feel relaxed, that is something that you need to do to help you get that mental break, help you relax, and get back into that positive mindset. And action number 10 is probably the simplest one of all, yet the hardest sometimes to implement. And that is to just breathe. Take a moment to just do nothing but breathe. If you are a person who is practicing meditation, have a short meditation session to just give yourself that mental break. Clear up your mind from all of those negative thoughts, this negative energy, and start fresh. So like I said, easier said than done, but it is something that is very easy to implement. Anytime you're facing an overwhelming situation, take a deep breath. I always tell this tip to my son, if you are feeling frustrated or angry or overwhelmed, just breathe and count to 10. And you're gonna start seeing how you start relaxing, how you calm down, and you can start looking at the situation from a different perspective. That is all I have for you today. I hope you found those tips helpful. Share down below if you have any additional actions that you like to take when you find yourself feeling overwhelmed. And if you are new here and like this content, I would love for you to subscribe so you can become part of our community where we share tips and advice on how to get that life balance that we all desire. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.